What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop and I have got a really fun and chill video for you guys today. Now earlier in the week I was watching my good friend Bird Keeper Toby and he made a video where he was essentially ranking all of the Galar Pokemon that we've seen so far in a tier list because you know those fancy tier lists have just been all the rage lately. And while I'm not really one to do a tier list sort of video or even copy someone else's video idea, there were some opinions that Toby shared in that video that differ greatly to my own, and I kind of just wanted to give my own 2 cents, and it kind of seemed like a cool, chill thing to do, so I decided to go ahead and give a informal response to Toby's tier list with a tier list of my own. So hopefully you guys are excited about this, hopefully you'll enjoy, and you're definitely going to have to let me know your own thoughts and your own rankings for the Galar Pokemon in the comments below. Alright, so here we are right here, we are on the official tier list, and I'm basically just going to be doing this live for you guys. I'm going to do not only the Galar Pokemon that have been introduced, the brand new ones, but I'm also going to do the Galarian forms as well, so basically everything that has been revealed we're going to go ahead and do, so without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first Pokemon we have is obviously Groupie, the grass starter Pokemon, and Groupie is going to go ahead and go in the B tier. I took some getting used to when it came to Groupie. I wasn't the hugest fan of him when he was first revealed, but I definitely have warmed up to him, and overall I think he is a really good Pokemon. So overall, Groupie is a well above average Pokemon in my mind. I'm not like obsessed with it, but it's a really good Pokemon. And next up, we have the fire starter of the Galar region, Scorebunny, and Scorebunny is going to be right next to Groupie, also in the B tier. The reason why is because even though we're all afraid that it is going to turn into a fire fighting type, I still really do like Scorebunny's design. It's another one that I had to get used to and warm up to, but now that I have had that time to do so, I think Scorebunny I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I think it's a really good looking solid starter Pokemon, and I'm excited to see what it will evolve into, because either way, even if it does turn into a fighting type, it'll be pretty cool. And finally, we've got our last starter of the bunch, Sabo, and he is also the best in my opinion, and he is going to go in the A tier for that. Sabo is definitely the way I am going in Pokemon Sword and Shield for my starter Pokemon. I just really love how he's like a chameleon, but he's not a typical chameleon. He's got a little bit uniqueness going on there, and I love how he's just like a sad, emotional boy. I love all that character and just flavor he has to him. It just makes me want to give him a hug, and I think he's definitely the best of the 3 in my opinion. And since we're basically just going to be going in Pokedex order here, next up we've got Wooloo, and Wooloo is definitely going to go right next to Sabo in A tier. Obviously Wooloo is everyone's favorite. As far as I am concerned, I really do like Wooloo. I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with it as much as everyone else is, but I will recognize it's adorable. It's a really good looking Pokemon. I'm really excited to see what it evolves into, and I think it's a perfect fit in the Galar region. I think it's the perfect kind of Pokemon to have within this setting, so it's absolutely A tier. Next up, we have the Grass-type Pokemon Gasa Fleur, and if you do remember, in my top 10 Galar Pokemon video that I made a while back when there were only 10 Galar Pokemon revealed so far, I actually had Gasa Fleur at my #1 spot because I really was just drawn to it when it was officially revealed. However, now that I've had the time to kind of digest my feelings for it, I have decided to go ahead and put it in the B tier along with Groupie and Scorebunny. Overall, still above average, but not like I'm not obsessed with it like I once was. And then we also have its evolution, Eldegoss, and Eldegoss is also going to go in the B tier as well. I really love how it combines the feminine aesthetics with the plant-like aesthetics, just like its pre-evolution, but then it also has that aura of like a fancy old woman, so to speak, like a posh old lady, which obviously fits very good in Galar being based on the UK, and I really like how it combines the hairstyle with the cotton, and it just works really well, and I love it a lot. Next up, though, is our boy Dreadnought, and Dreadnought is definitely going in the A tier. Now, I just really like Dreadnought for a lot of different reasons. It's also got a really good color scheme that just pops out and really appeals to me personally. personally. A lot of the Pokemon in Galar I'm noticing have really nice, fresh, like visually appealing color schemes, and Dreadnought is definitely one of those Pokemon. And I also really like the angles, for a lack of a better term, that Dreadnought has. I really love its sharp, jagged edges. I love its rough around the edges kind of aesthetic it's got going on, and I really like that it's a different sort of take than we've seen previously on a turtle Pokemon, and I just love it, so it gets the A tier. Next up though, we have Korva Knight, and this is going to be one that I think might actually ruffle some feathers, pun not intended, but I'm going to go ahead and put Korva Knight in the C tier. Now, like I said, the C tier for this video, as far as I'm concerned, is like the average line. It's the average rank, and so that means that I basically just think Korva Knight is an average Pokemon, but I'm definitely not as hyped on it as everyone else seems to be. I don't think it's like amazing or incredible or whatever. I just kind of think it's, when I look at it, I'm just like, yeah, that's okay, that's all right, whatever. I do think it's really cool that it's most likely based on the flying Pokemon sprite that we've seen in earlier Pokemon games prior to like Generation 7, because it always appeared as like a black bird. Korva Knight's a black bird. It's kind of taking that role in the games, so that's really cool, but other than that, it's kind of just an average Pokemon in my opinion. The next Pokemon we're going to be looking at is Yampere, and Yampere has the honor of being the very first S tier Pokemon so far. I just absolutely love this boy. He's cute, he's adorable, he looks like he's going to evolve into something really cool, at least hopefully, and he's kind of just a chonker. And yeah, I just love Yampere. Like, he is a really good boy, and he deserves all your love. The other Pokemon that was revealed in the E3 gameplay demo that surprisingly still has not been revealed, even though we've had several trailers for it to do so, that would be Impotent. I would go ahead and put Impotent in the B tier. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because while yes, I will admit it is a kind of weird, strange, unique sort of Pokemon, I actually like when Pokemon are unique, strange, and weird, as long as they're not like ugly or just like way over the top, and I don't think Impotent is that way. I basically am giving Impotent the B rank with the hope that it's going to live up to its potential once we get that official reveal. It is kind of teetering between B and C, I will say, but for now, I'm gonna give it the B rank. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Alchemy, and for Alchemy, I have got the B tier as well. It's a whipped cream Pokemon, but it does it in a way that looks natural. It's kind of like a dollop of whipped cream, but it also combines that with feminine hairstyles and kind of blends the shape of those two together. I really enjoy that. The fact that Alchemy gets part of its name from the word alchemy, it's kind of a combination of alchemy and cream, that tells me that Alchemy could potentially evolve into something crazy, and that just seems like something that like shouldn't even exist at all, and I have no idea what Game Freak could do with that, but I'm extremely excited at the same time, and so I am hopeful that Alchemy is going to be amazing, and on its own, it's definitely a really cool Pokemon. Next up though is Coley, and Coley has the honor of being our second S tier Pokemon. First off, it has a really good name that rolls right off the tongue, Coley. It's a pun on the roly-poly bug. And then the other thing I really love about Coley is that he takes two different things and blends them together in an absolutely perfect way, because he still very much looks like a lump of coal, but you can still see the train aspects there. Like, his eye is in the shape of like a train headlight, and then obviously he also has the wheel as well. I appreciate the crap out of those types of things in Pokemon designs, and so because of that, Coley is like, he's so good. Easy S tier. Moving on though, we have Darrell Adan, and Darrell Adan is going to go once again in the B tier. Darrell Adan is definitely a strange looking Pokemon, and it's definitely like not my favorite of the bunch, but I have grown to like it a little more since we got the initial reveal. So overall, I like Darrell Adan, and I'm hopeful to see if he has any pre-evolutions or evolutions, and I think they're gonna turn out great as well. Alright, this next one is Obstagoon, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and just edit this one in post because we don't have him here on the tier list for me to just drag and drop, but I believe Obstagoon is yet another B tier Pokemon. The reason why I say that is because on the one hand it's kind of a meme in the fact that it's essentially a Kiss Pokemon. It's based on Gene Simmons and the rest of the Kiss band, but at the same time I absolutely love it because not only is it an evolution to an older Pokemon in Linoone, but it also just it's a Galarian form as well, and the fact that we now have this new concept of Galarian form evolutions is just really cool. It's really ingenious, and for Obstagoon to kind of be the poster child for that, I think is really cool. And even though it does have that kind of meme-ish Kiss inspiration, I do think it looks solid, and I think that's a fun inspiration as well. So yeah, it's a B tier Pokemon. Next up is the other latest official brand new Pokemon that we've had revealed to us so far, and that would be Morpeko. Now, Morpeko is actually the Pokemon that me and Toby seem to disagree the most on, and I'll just leave it at that. But Morpeko for me is an easy A tier Pokemon. The idea of a hamster Pikachu clone, that seems like a match made in heaven in my opinion. And then when you also add in the fact that this Pokemon has literal pockets, that's just the most adorable thing in the world. And then it also has a really good typing in Electric Dark that is unique and is a typing that we've wanted to see for a long time. And it also has its Hangry mode, which is really cool that it has an additional form. So yes, definitely A tier. Toby, eat your heart out. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the legendaries of the region, Zacian and Zamazenta, and starting with Zacian, we have got to put him in the D tier. The reason why he's in the D tier for me is because visually speaking, I just think he kind of looks ugly. Like, I don't really know what's going on with his coat and his fur. I don't really like the fact that he's constantly carrying a sword in his mouth as opposed to it being a part of his body. I just don't think it's that good of a Pokemon, like, visually speaking. I think it's kind of ugly, and so that's why I have to give it the D rank, and so far it is my least favorite Pokemon from Sword and Shield. But then when it comes to its counterpart, Zamazenta is much better in my opinion, and I would go ahead and put it in the B tier. Yeah, Zamazenta is solid. I would say it's solid. I really like the way that they incorporated the shield into Zamazenta's design, with it kind of being like a mane, and I feel like that's what they should have done with Zacian. So it definitely gets points for that, but it's not like amazing or anything either. I would definitely say it's above average, as I said, putting it in the B tier, but it's not like anything super great. So I am excited to learn more about these legendaries. I'm excited to figure out like what their backstory is and all that different type of stuff. Maybe that will improve my opinion of them, but for now, that's where I've got them. And to round off the standard Galar Pokemon, I'm actually going to edit this after the fact because these Pokemon got introduced after I had already recorded and put this video together, and that would be Cramorant and Poltegeist. And starting with Cramorant, it just barely escapes the C tier and makes it into the B tier. Now, the reason why is because I originally had Cramorant in the C tier, but then after looking over its design, I noticed that its white feathers on its chest are actually supposed to represent a bib as well because of its whole theme of eating food and spitting it back up. And those kind of double meanings in Pokemon designs and those little details are something that I absolutely eat up, so it was enough to get Cramorant the B tier. As far as Poltegeist goes, I am going to go ahead and put it in the C tier. Just like with Korva Knight, I don't think it's a bad Pokemon. I think it's overall average, but I have heard some people say that they think it looks more like a yokai from Yokai Watch instead of a Pokemon, and I would have to agree with that. I think if the overall shape and design of Poltegeist's body itself was a little different, I would like it a little more, but it does look a little bit Yokai Watchish to me, a little bit strange in that aspect, so I decided to go ahead and give it the C ranking. And last but not least, I will also have to edit these in post because they're not a part of this particular tier ranking list. We have the Galarian forms, and starting with Galarian Weezing, I would put him in the A tier. Now, obviously, much like Alolan Exeggutor, Galarian Weezing is a meme Pokemon with its overtly British look, but I just really love the way that it incorporates this Britishness into Weezing's design. But yeah, I just think Weezing looks really, really good, and it also looks like Doug Dimmadome from Fairly Odd Parents, and if you look like Doug Dimmadome and you're a Pokemon, that's an automatic A tier at least. So yes, Weezing is amazing. And rounding it out, we have Galarian Zigzagoon and Linoone, and starting with Galarian Zigzagoon, I would put it in the B tier. They definitely added a lot of excitement to Zigzagoon's design with this change and with this Galarian form, and so I definitely think that it's like a really good solid Galarian form, and I'm happy to see it, especially because it means that we'll be getting Galarian forms that aren't just Kanto Pokemon, because it's the first non-Kanto regional variant. So I'm definitely excited about Galarian Zigzagoon and its entire family, so it deserves that B ranking. And last but not least, we have Galarian Linoone, and I would actually put Galarian Linoone in the A tier. Now, the reason why I have Galarian Linoone in the A tier as opposed to Zigzagoon in the B tier is because Galarian Linoone is a really good kind of two birds with one stone situation. Obviously, with its evolution in Obstagoon, it becomes the Kiss Pokemon with that black and white color scheme, and that's kind of what they were going for with this entire family. However, Galarian Linoone also kind of converts itself from the regular Linoone into a European Badger who is also naturally black and white in its color scheme, and Linoone was already kind of like a Badger type Pokemon in terms of its body style anyway, so I feel like Galarian Linoone is kind of like the perfect blend of all of these different ideas that are going on with this line, to where it can represent the Badger without changing too much of its design. It's got that black and white color scheme which fits perfectly, and that's why it gets the A tier for me. There you have it though, everybody. That is my tier list ranking of every Galar Pokemon and regional variant we have seen so far. Like I said, I think the Galar Pokedex so far is looking amazing. There isn't really any one Pokemon that I think is terrible, so I am so excited to continue to learn and see these brand new Pokemon, and I feel like the Galar Pokedex could be just as good, if not better, than any regional Pokedex when it's all said and done. If you guys enjoyed the video though, be sure to give it a like, let me know your thoughts and your own rankings in the comments below, and subscribe if you're new for way more Pokemon content every week. I really hope you guys enjoyed this casual, laid-back video, and if you would like to support the channel further, you can check me out on Spotify and listen to my Pokemon remixes there. It directly supports the channel, it's greatly appreciated, and I just love you so much if you're doing that, but I also love you anyway for just watching this video. With all that being said though, I will be back on Saturday with another video, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you can know as soon as it goes live. And with all that being said, as I said earlier, I love you guys very much, and until the next one, as always, I will smell you guys later.